Today, I'm back with another episode of Roll for Ice Cream. I've gotten such a positive and encouraging response to the last two episodes that I've done, and I am so appreciative. And I would be remiss if I didn't shout out Adventures in Ardia's Roll for Sandwich, which has inspired this whole trend. These tend to get a little long, so I'm just going to get right into it. The first roll will determine what type of ice cream treat we'll be making. The options are 1 flavor ice cream, 2 flavors of ice cream swirled, ice cream and sorbet swirled, and finally 3 flavors of ice cream swirled. And I finally got some D&D dice, and I think they look really cute. I tried to find something that was sort of ice cream looking, and the first one is 4 options, so we'll be using this cute little 4-sided die. I think if I could choose, I would want 3 flavors of ice cream. 2 flavors swirl ice cream. All right, that's a good one. The next roll will determine what form this ice cream treat will take. The options are dipped cone, taco, the classic bar, pint, sandwich, and finally, molded shapes. And these are all good options. I don't really want the pint. I think that's a little boring, but anything else would be great. Ice cream sandwich. Hey, now it is a roll for sandwich.
I decided to make a classic chocolate ice cream sandwich, and this recipe comes from King Arthur Flour's website. I've made it a couple times before, and it is excellent. After it was cooled a bit, I used a circle cookie cutter, then popped it into the freezer to await the ice cream.
And now, on to flavor. Since we're skipping the sorbet this time, we're going to go straight to the ice cream flavors. The options are blue cheese and dates, root beer barrels, pralines, strawberry chocolate, toasted marshmallow, banana pudding, mint, Tim Tams, butterscotch discs, milk chocolate, blue Takis, spiced cider, granola butter, caramel apple candy, wasabi, cowtails, cream cheese, red licorice, white chocolate, strawberry, and Kewpie mayo. All right, well, we have 2 flavors to choose, so here's hoping that they are complementary or at least interesting together. Strawberry chocolate, okay. And now the second flavor. White chocolate. Oh, that's so boring.
Because these are pretty simple flavors, I thought a custard base would complement them well. You can find this recipe pinned in my profile, and this time I used 5 egg yolks and 1/3 cup of sugar because both chocolates already contain a lot. I'll only show this initial process once because it's the same for both flavors. After the custard is finished on the stove, I immediately submerged it in an ice bath to cool it down and incorporated the chocolate, which should help lower the temperature as well and prevent any curdling. Then it goes into the refrigerator to chill for a few hours.
All right, well, this is shaping up to be a pretty decent flavor. And now it's time to roll for the swirl. The options are Concord grape jelly, coffee syrup, lingonberry syrup, red jelly beans, fudge ripple, Biscoff cookie butter, dulce de leche, guava syrup, and maple syrup. All right, well, these are all some interesting options and are really gonna take this in different directions. So let's just see what we get. Coffee syrup.
You may not have heard of coffee syrup unless you live in Rhode Island, where it is extremely popular. It's intended to go in milk, so it's a bit thin, but I'm boiling it down about 25% for a more syrupy consistency.
And of course, we need a mix-in, and I'm just gonna do one this time, and the options are vanilla wafers, ginger snaps, cornbread, peanuts, alpine mints, fruit jellies, spotted dick, and finally, Biscoff cookies. I think if I could choose, I would pick the ginger snaps or the cornbread. All right, give me something good. Spotted dick. Hey.
Spotted dick is a classic British steamed pudding whose name comes from the spots of dried fruit embedded within, typically raisins or currants. I'm sure a homemade version covered in custard is even better, but I had a taste and I really liked it.
And now it's time to choose a magic shell, and the options are white chocolate, milk chocolate, butterscotch, semi-sweet chocolate, cookie butter, and black sesame. I think these are all really good options, but I think if I could choose, I would pick the butterscotch just because it's the only one I've never done before. Cookie butter.
A cookie butter magic shell is pretty easy. Just 1 tablespoon of refined coconut oil for every ½ cup of cookie butter. After about 30 seconds in the microwave, it's all ready to go.
And finally, we need a topping, and the options are dried blueberries, peanuts, dried apples, confetti chips, shredded coconut, and finally, nerds. All right, well, here's our final roll. I really want the nerds. Peanuts. This is a very traditional flavor.
After shelling the peanuts, I chopped them into little pieces. That's it. And now it's time to put it all together. I churned the chocolate and strawberry ice cream first and piped it onto a piece of parchment in a shallow pan. I added the chopped up spotted dick on top and pushed them down to embed them partially. Then into the freezer to set up a bit while I churned the white chocolate flavor. After it was fully churned, I folded in some of the coffee syrup and then piped it on top of the first layer of ice cream. I added half of the cookie rounds and popped it back into the freezer. Once it was fully set, I used the circular cookie cutter to cut out the ice cream. I dipped the ice cream into the cookie butter magic shell, added the second cookie, and rolled it in some chopped peanuts.
All right, well, I am so excited to try this. This was a little bit of work, but I have a feeling it's going to be worth it. Everything went really well, but I will say that I did make a misstep when I decided to make it a circular ice cream sandwich. I'm not sure why I did that. There were a lot of offcuts of the ice cream and the sandwich itself. And I could have definitely made more of them if I had just made them square. But I did save the offcuts and put them in a container, so they didn't go to waste, but it would be nice to have more of these. And I didn't mention it, but I made double the amount of the ice cream sandwich so that I could make 12 of these. So I've got quite a lot of them, and I'm hoping that they are delicious. I think it looks beautiful. I think it's gonna taste great. Cheers. It is so good. Right away you taste the peanuts and the chocolate from the cookie, and inside there's that chocolate and strawberry. I can taste it. I'm not sure if I'm tasting the white chocolate or the spotted dick, but it does taste amazing. The texture of the cookie is so soft and so perfect. I think the ratio of ice cream to cookie is good. I might add a little bit more ice cream next time, but it's fantastic. I am so happy. Initially, I was a little disappointed at how basic all of these flavors were, but when you put them all together, it really does have an interesting and complex and delicious flavor. I'm gonna give this a 10 out of 10. Why not? It's perfect. And again, thank you so much to everyone who stuck around. I know these are long, and I really appreciate the support. All right, I hope you have a wonderful day.